Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. In this video today we are looking at the ClonerAlliance Box Pro, a standalone box that can record in 1080p up to 60 frames a second, and it doesn't require a PC. Now guys, complete transparency here, ClonerAlliance reached out to me and they were like, yo Pixel, do you want to do a review on this? Shall we send you one out? And I was quite intrigued. Now, being quite a small YouTube channel, I'm surprised at the amount of stuff or the amount of emails I get offering me stuff for reviews. Some really weird stuff out there. 99% of the stuff I just turn away from it. I'm not really interested in it. But this piqued my interest for the reason that, well, if you know my channel, a lot of the content that I make for the channel is capturing footage from other devices, whether it's something like the Mr. FPGA, the Analog Pocket, or actual old consoles like a PlayStation 2, a Dreamcast, a Nintendo 64, just to name a few. But those require different equipment. For example, if I'm recording from something via HDMI, say like a Nintendo Switch, then that's cool. I can put that directly into my capture card. I used to use an Elgato HD 60S Plus, which done 1080p at 60 FPS. That was fine for a number of years. I recently upgraded to a Elgato card that is 4K 60. So the HDMI is very easy. If I want to use an old analog device, I have to use an upscaler. I plug my devices into the upscaler and then I plug that into the capture card. So there's a little bit of a process there. I also want to say that all the footage that you're seeing in this video is actually captured on the ClonerAlliance Box Pro. So what's really interesting about this is it doesn't require a PC. So that's kind of interesting. It means if I take a device out to a friend's house, I can plug it into this, then I can plug this device into the TV. It kind of sits in the middle and I can play and record. Right, very interesting. So how does it perform? So first, initially, I thought, okay, let me try out the HDMI side. So I connected my Mr. FPGA, and the first game that I wanted to try on there was a game called Captain Commando. Now, Captain Commando is a game that I really like. It's a brawler. Now, as soon as I started playing it, I could feel latency. So I connected my Mr. to the ClonerAlliance and the ClonerAlliance to my TV. Now, my TV is a very low, well, it has very low display lag. I bought it specifically because I wanted, I wanted the best response time possible, but I could feel the latency. I was like, okay. So then I put on Street Fighter 2, just World Warrior, the slowest one out there, and I could notice the lag. The lag was there. Like I was missing combos. For example, when I was jumping in to do a flying kick, the flying kick would come out when I touched the ground. Now, when it is recording, it's recording really well. When I reviewed the footage, it did not drop any frames. All the sound was there. Everything was really good. However, while I was recording and using the pass-through, at least for me on gaming or games that are like that are very fast and responsive, especially 2D games, stuff like Street Fighter, there was lag there. Now, I did have a look at some of the reviews on Amazon for this. Some people said that they were dropping frames. Now, initially when I started messing around with this, I had a cheap memory stick lying around, like a 2 gig one, you know, those promotional ones you get at work. And when I stuck that into this thing, it started jerking up a little bit. But as soon as I took that memory stick out and I put in a nice premium branded USB-free memory stick, absolutely no issues. It recorded everything absolutely fine. So I then went on, I tried Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo, and again, I could feel the lag. Even initially when I started there and I tried hitting the turtles with the shells, it got me to die. And I was like, okay, this isn't like an Elgato. An Elgato, like, there is literally minimal latency and I don't really feel it. So for example, with like the Mr, you can output to an analog display and you can output to HDMI. So sometimes I'll play using an analog display, but I'm capturing with a HDMI display. With that, you'll be okay because you're not using the pass-through. However, when using the pass-through, you will definitely feel some latency. So then I thought, let me try a newer HDMI device. I connected up my Switch 2, put on Mario Kart World, and even if there's latency there, because I'm not too sensitive to it, I found my experience to be okay. Now, if I was a pro Mario Kart World player, then maybe I would feel that latency. But for me, the level of latency was acceptable, right? But again, I'm just a very casual player on that. Likely there was latency there, but I just won't notice it. I'll notice it in something like Street Fighter. So that was me trying out Mario Kart World on that. It does a good job. It captures everything. When I played it back, it was good. The device also has features where you can place the playback immediately. So if you're recording something, you press playback, it will play it back for you. It's got a nice little counter on the top left, so you know that you're recording. It gives you a confirmation of what the display mode is, what refresh rate it's running at. So it's got some really, really good features. So yeah, it's good, right? It's good in that essence. But yeah, when playing Street Fighter, it was laggy. So then I went on and I connected my PlayStation 2 via Composite. And so what this doesn't do is it only gives you the raw image. So when I use like obviously an upscaler, it upscales the image and it makes it nicer. You are just getting whatever the display resolution is for your PlayStation. You're not getting any upscale. So when kind of connected to a modern display and outputting via HDMI, it doesn't look that good. But that's not the fault of this device. That's just the raw signal of the PlayStation going onto a modern display. I tried a few games. I tried Tekken 5. Again, I could feel the latency there. I played Outrun. There was latency there, but I don't feel it as much in racing games, right? Maybe I'm just not that sensitive to it. When I loaded Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, yeah, it was, yeah, the latency was terrible. Like even when I'm walking, I could feel it. I would let go of like say left or right, and the character would still move a second. When I did a combo, when I tried to do a jump-in combo, I'd have to press the attack button very, very early in order for it to come out. The best way I can describe it was, do you know when you play someone on like an emulator, you're playing a fighting game, if you guys are familiar with Fightcade, let's say they're like in Australia and I'm in the UK, like the opposite side of the world. That's where it kind of felt like. It felt like you were swimming underneath there when doing this 2D stuff. Right, then I went over to the Wii and I ran it via component, and it looked really, really good. I mean, it looks beautiful on the Wii. It looked really, really good. Everything I was seeing was good. And when I played Wii Sports on there, it was kind of all right. I was playing my tennis. The game lasted ages, but I wasn't feeling the latency there. Like I wasn't feeling it. I'm not saying it wasn't there, I just wasn't feeling it. And people have like different thresholds. Like my brother, when I get him like an emulation handheld and it's full of like display lag, he doesn't feel it, he's okay. I feel it more for 2D games, for fighting games. When I was playing Wii Sports via component, it was okay. But then I thought there's a game called like Tomona Saka. There you can see it on screen now. It's a game where you kind of run. It's a one button game and you press the button just before like a character pops up on screen and you either jump over them, you either hit them. It's a very, very comical, very, very fun game that's very, very dependent on reflexes and strict early timings. When I played it on that, yeah, it was a complete disaster. But what happens is I'm kind of used to latency and just over the years playing online. So what happens is I automatically start adjusting to it. I'll start pressing the button a little bit sooner. So that shouldn't be happening. So as far as it goes for gaming, I can't fully recommend this for gaming just because of the display lag, the lag, the additional lag that you get. I mean, I think even on their product page, it says like low latency, 90 milliseconds. 90 milliseconds is not low. That's above 5 frames. You know, anything above 1 frame, you're kind of going to feel it. Some people are very sensitive. They can actually even feel 1 frame. But you know what I did do? I spoke to the wife, and I don't really have much physical media anymore, especially when it comes to like movies. Everything's on my Plex server. Then we've got stuff like Netflix, Prime, whatever. So that's how we watch our stuff. That's how we consume it. So I said to the wife, have we got any DVDs? And guess what? She pulled out our wedding video. I'm not going to share that with you, but when I inserted the DVD in the PlayStation and I ran it and I recorded it, it seemed to be a very, very good solution. So for anyone out there that has old VHS tapes, old DVDs that they want to bring to the digital world, this could be a good solution for that. However, I don't really know about the costing, because on Amazon this is like 1 penny short of £190. I don't know if you can get cheaper alternatives that do a job as good as this. One thing I can say for this, all the colors, everything looked exactly as they did on my screen when I played everything back. It just worked. It was very, very easy to use. It's got a remote control with plenty of buttons on there, but it also has buttons on the actual device that you tap and it just records for you. You've got HDMI in and you've got HDMI out, and you've got this other port. I think it's called like an MMI port. It's another HDMI port, but what happens, you put an adapter in there, and that will then let you connect VGA, composite or component. So overall, the device when recording is decent, right? But when you're trying to use the pass-through to play, especially 2D games, there's too much display lag, or there's too much additional lag in there for my liking. However, there are some benefits of it. Like I could record if I was playing somewhere and I was playing my Mr. FPGA, for example, and using, so the Mr. FPGA, if anyone is unaware, there are different versions of it, but the main version everyone uses has an analog out, and as well as having an analog out, it has a digital out. So if I was taking it out somewhere and I was playing it on an old CRT, I could then record the gameplay via HDMI because it won't affect it. I'm not using a pass-through, but using that pass-through, something like an Elgato or the Elgatos that I've used in combination with my PC do a much better job. So is this item for you? If you're not sensitive to latency, lag, then you might be all right. Like I said, when I played Mario Kart World on the Switch 2, it was absolutely fine. It was good. When I played Wii Sports via component on here, it was absolutely fine, right? Not saying it wasn't there, but it wasn't enough for me to notice it or ruin my gameplay. However, when I played something like Tomono Saka, I think that's what it's called, the reflex game on the Wii, it was difficult. I was missing stuff. When I was playing Street Fighter on there, it was, for me, it was unplayable. So anyway, guys, that's my kind of overview on this. It's a nice little package item. If it suits your needs and you want to get your VHS and your DVDs up to like some kind of digital files, then yeah, maybe give this a shot. Anyway, guys, a special thank you out to ClonerAlliance for sending this out to me. But I'm going to package it up and it's going to go in my cupboard for now. Anyway, be awesome to one another. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.